Welcome to FX Options University, recorded live at the International Securities Exchange, the world's largest equity options exchange. Join the industry's top trading professionals as they provide insight and strategies for trading in the currency markets using FX options. FX options are a low-risk alternative to hedging currency moves in any market condition.
So here is a weekly tango more normal, and then the reverse would be backwardation, where something a lot. It's lower today. It's going to be worth more in the future.
Yeah.
But we're more used to contango.
Slight contango is what we're kind of more used to, at least since probably kind of the low vol days. Probably since 2000. You know, we had some serious backwardation in the 2000s when everyone was, but in the current market we've had a lot more contango. That's absolutely certain. And some contango is fine, right? But you know, serious, crazy contango can be a real problem. You know, that can really, that serious contango is actually what's killing a lot of these guys going out there and telling people to telling people to sell, you know, 30-day iron condors. There's no premium left. All right, so if we look, there are moments where that front month does go into backwardation, and those are possible moments where there is some advantage to be taken. And let me show you kind of this is from 2009. It was just kind of, ran through a year of vol, and this one was the most prominent, so I wanted to show that. All right, so this is YUK, all right, and this is over a period of a couple of days, okay? And notice the price, all right? The red is the front month option. The yellow is the back month option, all right? So here is period 1. Then here's period 2. Now what happened? We obviously didn't have a big change in price, right? Look at that. Price moved 4 cents. Now there's probably, I'm not commenting on what was going on during the day. I'm sure there was something. But we have silly back and forth movement. All right? And then a matter of days later, we're right back to where we were. Price almost the exact same spot. All right? Now, do you guys think that there could conceivably be some way to take advantage of this kind of movement? The answer is yes, absolutely. All right, so let's kind of just quickly pull that trade up. I believe, let me double check my date here. It was, what is it? In YUK, obviously, and it was from, here, 1 second here. I'm sorry, I should know this. I should have this down cold, shouldn't I? It was 9/25/2009. So this is a little older. Almost exactly 1 year ago today. That's probably how it fell into this, but you know, 9/25. Yeah, I think I ran a 1 year, and that's what kind of created this. All right, now I'm going to go into, obviously I'm going to have to, with option view, I'm going to go in and ahead of time fix my settings, which is wonderful. I did this today, by the way, for those of you that are wondering. How come he's doing his settings? He already did. And we'll use T and OK. All right, so we've got a situation where you know, here's the 25th, okay? And we're looking and we're trading around 89, 88, all right? We're down $1.44. Vols are nice and in line, and we don't really see anything, all right? So then we come in on Monday, a matter just over the weekend, all right? And what has happened? Those front month vols have really kind of increased pretty dramatically. All right, and now they're kind of sitting on top of each other. If I go into model and I fix the settings to do today's date again, okay, and then we look at them. You know, there's not a lot of great back trading stuff out there, unfortunately. And so you kind of have to deal with the cards that are dealt you sometimes. So here we are, and you can see on the 89 and 90 line, we've got these vols that were pretty spread apart. They're now on top of each other. Live vol at the time was saying, in fact, that they were over each other, okay? And I would have a tendency to believe live vol. In fact, it's not just a tendency. I would absolutely believe live vol. So
let's difference, Mark. The interest rates that one might be using versus another, it might affect the implied vols, and one might be much better than another.
Absolutely. That's very, very true. And there's all sorts of different ways you can do it. You could do a double calendar. You could do a single calendar. You could do all sorts of things. So we see this implied volatility pop, okay? And, you know, we throw on a trade, okay? I'm going to change the, here we are. Get that commission down. So we throw on our trade, and then let's just kind of watch what happens. Pay attention to how the vols move. All right, the first day, vols start to come in a little bit, and you know, I think it was 2 or 3 days. By 2 or 3 days, we're going to be up a decent amount of cash on this trade. I mean, you can see the vol. I'm not sure why the P&L is not moving as it should be. When I ran through this, it certainly worked perfectly. And there you go. You know, we're starting to just make some really cheap cash. And I'm going to move this to the end of the day. And you can see, you know, we set ourselves up in a position where we had cash flows of about $900, and we made 10% in about a week. You know, I'm going to call that generally a pretty good win, and you can see that the vols definitely spread out. Okay, look at where the vols were when we started, and look where they are now. Okay, and that's kind of a neat thing. All right, and then, you know, at that point you make 10%, you're out. All right, and you know, you're happy with your money, and that's net of commission. All right, this does account for commission when it's trading on you. All right, so now let's continue on. Does anybody have any questions about you know, the intramonth skews? You know, the one interesting thing I found, and I'll get into this, have you guys done any empirical, and this is just a question I had, have you guys done any empirical evidence on how the relationship between the months is, whether or not it's predictive of price movement? Steve?
I would say no.
Oh, no, there's nothing out there? All right.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. Get trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary. Visit www.fxoptions.com. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.